follow, man.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Gospel of Two Wheels, where, fortunately, the coffee's hot. We got a special guest, and your comments are absolutely ridiculous. Let's see who we got here. We got Jason Roberts, Rich Noble, my dad is Coiby, Dave Brayman, my mom is Meemaw48, and we got 5280 James, Moto Creek. It is awesome to see you guys here, obviously. Make sure you guys jump in, say hello, all that good stuff like normal. Really happy to have my good friend and special guest Lance Bach here. Thank you so much, Lance, for coming.
Thanks for having me, brother.
And thank you for your service. This is kind of a Veterans Day thing, but we do it on Thursdays, so obviously Veterans Day was a couple days ago. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
And thank you to all the veterans out there, my dad, everybody out there who's given at least some of your time to this country. We appreciate it. It's a huge, huge deal. So thank you very much. But Lance is awesome. He lives here in Montrose and is a good friend of mine, riding friend of mine. And yeah, we're just going to talk about all kinds of stuff. So first of all, Lance, give us kind of your background. Who are you? What do you do? All that good stuff.
Yeah. So I grew up in San Diego area. Rode dirt bikes as a kid. My dad had an old Hodaka, and we rode all around a little town called Poway, north of San Diego. And I loved it. It was kind of like here where you could ride everywhere.
Yeah.
Now everything's kind of shut down, but just a great place to grow up as a kid. And I joined the Navy at age 17. Went eventually into the SEAL teams, did 32 years, total service, 27 of those as a U.S. Navy SEAL. And went around the world, had a great time. And my wife wanted to live in a mountain town. I thought I was going back to San Diego. And she's like, Lance, I don't want to live in a big city anymore. So I said, well, find me a job. So she found me a job teaching junior RTC at the high school.
Yep.
So I taught that for a couple of years. And once I moved here, I think the first thing I did is I came to one of your Thursday night rides. And I met a bunch of guys. And all of a sudden I realized, man, I just landed in dirt bike heaven.
Yeah.
And, I've been enjoying it ever since. Great group of people. But that's the thumbnail sketch.
Yeah, and I would agree that Montrose is dirt bike heaven. It honestly cannot get any better than here. If you guys have been here, you know. If you haven't been here, you need to come here, hang out, ride. It's incredible. Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm friends with Lance's wife, too, Gina. Gina, if you watch this, thank you for getting Lance through his whole career and then getting him here.
Yeah.
We all know that behind a good man is an even better woman who puts up with our stuff.
And pushing you when you don't want to do things.
Right, and making you do things that you don't really want to do, but it ends up being a really good decision.
That's right.
So, obviously, Navy SEAL, it's a big deal. Special operator for the Navy. I'm sure you have hours and days and weeks worth of stories about that. Is there anything that you would be willing to share with us?
Yeah,
I'm sure there's some things you don't, but because the SEALs, we see a lot about them online, right? We see a lot about stuff like that, and it's really awesome. But it's way cool to actually know someone. So, yeah. Who's that? That's you. That's my kid.
Hey,
in the back. But yeah, any cool stories, things like that from your SEAL days?
Yeah. I like I said, I really enjoyed my time. It was a great career. I mean, it's hard on the family, but it was, fantastic. I worked with wonderful people. I mean, SEAL training really screens a very difficult, group of people. You lose 75% of the people traditionally in SEAL training. So you end up with, a group of really dedicated people. And I was thinking back just on training recently, when you go through SEAL training, one of the weeks is called Hell Week, and it's kind of the week where you lose the most people. There's no sleep for a week, and you're constantly wet for a week, and you're carrying these boats on your head, and you're dragging these boats around, and we lose most of the people that week. And some of it is hilarious, but I was thinking there was this one day, and it's always stuck with me. I think it was around the third day of training or something, and we were all wet and cold and miserable, and we lost a few guys already. But then they started a bonfire, and we gathered around the bonfire and oh my gosh, I'm getting wet. I mean, I'm getting dry for the first time.
Right.
I'm getting warm. And a lot of us thought, like, man, if I can stay warm, I'm going to make it through this training. Well, a little bit later, out of the darkness comes a new set of instructors, and we haven't slept much. We're like, ugh, and they're like, get out in the surf zone. What are you doing? So they threw us out in the water in the coast, the waves coming off the coast, and we just laid out there all night long. They would bring us up once in a while, make sure you're not hypothermic, put you back in the water. And
Oh my God.
but what I realized that night is, like, we lost most of our class that night, just that one night. And it hit me later. It was that transition from that warm comfort that they gave us to just laying in that surf all night long. And that transition, I realized, was just a mental thing. There's nothing physical. We were all cold, but I think if you came to that idea that if I'm warm for a little bit longer, I can make it through this training, they're going to kick that out from under your legs. They're going to find the things that, you're afraid of or you don't want to deal with, and then you're going to quit. And it was shocking that next morning when the light came up and there was, just a handful of us left. But it taught me, it's not about the physicality, it's about mental toughness. And they've tried to screen for mental toughness, but how do you,
Yeah.
There's no indicator for that, right? Like how do we select for mental toughness? Very hard to find that, but like the best runner in my class quit, the best swimmer quit, the strongest guy quit. But at the end of the day, there was a handful of us that I think had a level of mental toughness to say, we're not going to quit no matter what. There's nothing going to make me quit. You might, break my legs or whatever, but I ain't quitting,
Right.
And that's what got us through. But,
Yeah. And I think that, I mean, obviously that's a huge transition to life, right? The rest of life.
Absolutely.
Is having the ability to turn off the part of you that wants to quit, turn that off and just keep moving forward. I mean, it obviously in no way close to that, but when I soloed the Baja 1000, it was 36 hours on a motorcycle. It was like, had nothing to do with my ability to ride a motorcycle.
Right.
Like honestly, any idiot could ride that whole course, like hard, but to do it that long is just crazy, and it's unreal, and it just turns into how can you just keep going, and obviously that's a big thing in the rest of your life, right?
Yeah, I mean it stands you really well when you get out of that training and you don't even realize you have this focus, but it's like a never quit thing, and whether you're really difficult training or operations or missions or things that come up, you have a mindset that you're going to make it through. You're never going to quit. You're going to take care of your, they're real focused on taking care of your buddy. That's key for us. One thing that always jumps back to me was we were doing submarine operations, and our submarines have an escape trunk up in the front, and it's mainly meant to rescue the submarine if it gets stuck on the bottom of the ocean. They bring this little submarine down, they open the hatch, they pull the crew out, and they save them. Well, you can also use it for locking in and locking out swimmers or SEALs.
Right.
And so 3 of us were doing this escape trunk operation. The submarine hovers at about 60 feet underwater. In this particular submarine, in the back, there was this like garage. It was not pressurized. It was just a big storage garage in the back where we could keep a Zodiac and an outboard motor wrapped up. Well, the 3 of us, we escape out of the submarine. We go back towards the back of the submarine. It's at night. It's dark, and all of a sudden I see my knife sliding down the side of the submarine. My scabbard had broken,
no.
And I was like, dang it, what do I do? And so I just swam away from the sub. I grabbed it, and then I stuck it in my dive booty at that point. I might need this. We got back, 3 of us. We opened the hatches, and we lifted this garage thing up, and boom, this Zodiac comes out like a freaking rocket, shoots to the surface. It hits my buddy. The line wraps around him, knocks his regulator out of his mouth, and he's upside down, and he's being towed to the surface, except the line's still connected to the submarine. And all of a sudden, just instincts, I just grab my knife, I cut the line, it'd freeze him. I'd go up, put his regulator in his mouth, and then we float to the surface. And I was thinking, if I didn't get that knife, he's probably dead,
Right.
But just that one little, one little incident and changes everything, man,
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And so you grew up in Southern California, back when Southern California was still cool.
Yeah. I still like it, but yeah, I'm happy here.
When it was actually much cooler than it is now. And then, so when you were riding there, so what did your dad do? I actually don't even know the answer.
Yeah.
What did your dad do?
Well, he was in the Marine Corps, and then he got into electronic engineering, and he was an engineer. He was with a company that made defense products. He actually designed a little part that went on the moon lander, like in one of the Apollo missions, transmitters and receivers. He's really, he's like crazy smart on electronics.
Right.
Mostly uneducated, just a natural, although he had a little bit of training. But he loved riding dirt bikes, and he got me started with a little 3-horsepower Tecumseh, man. The little metal frame.
Yeah.
You see him at Murdoch's now.
Yeah.
But that was like the most fun bike when you were a kid. And then I got this
awesome.
little Yamaha 60, and then he went. I think I was like 12 or 14. He bought me a Husky 125 two-stroke, which is like the huge step up. He's like, we're not messing with the medium-sized bikes, and he cut the seat down and dropped the forks, and just so I could touch the pegs. And eventually I broke my leg on it one time, but I remember riding with him. He had the old Husky 250, beautiful. Gorgeous.
Like the Malcolm Smith era. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. There was something with the front brake. Maybe it was an old problem, but he was going down a hill. The front brake locked up, and he goes over the bars. I'm behind him, and he brakes, snap, 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 snap.
Oh, my God.
And and I'm like, oh, Dad, what are we going to do? And he's like, go get the van. So, I'm like 14 or something. I go back, I get the van, I drive back, I pick him up. He goes, you got to drive me to the hospital. So I'm going down the highway on my way to Escondido.
Yeah.
Never driven before. I got my dad like, get him to the emergency room. But just, crazy memories.
How'd your mom take that?
Oh. Yeah, I think she was more mad at me driving than she was my dad hurt. You let him drive.
That's awesome. Oh my God.
Yeah, so we grew up riding, and then, like I said, I joined the Navy. Really had no time to ride, until I got out, and then I started back here again. Just had a blast.
And what are you riding now? What bike's you on?
Yeah, so I just sold that Beta 200.
Yep.
And I raced that, for a couple of years in Weeby, and just absolutely love that bike. So light and fun.
Yeah.
But I got that TE 300. 24. Pro. And you set it up for me with that TSP ECU and the R Enduro clutch and the cross country gear thing.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to ride for me now. I love that Beta, but I was just, the power is really good, but you're flogging that clutch sometimes in technical stuff.
Yeah.
It was really great for like flat land hair scramble stuff, but in some of the stuff we ride around here, that 300 just kind of like just makes it so easy for me to ride. And so I've been loving that. I got about 120 hours on it now, and
nice.
It's never given me a glitch,
Yeah, that's still my favorite two-stroke is the the current Austrian stuff. The new throttle body injected are incredible.
Yeah, that jump up because I had a 19. Remember my 19 KTM 300, and I put almost 500 hours on that, and and that was carbed, and it was nice. It was beautiful. I love that bike. But then this TBI was like a whole other level of smoothness, and I run that white map around here all the time because I don't need that hit. So you just put it in that lower mode, and it just
they're super super easy, and there is no replacement for displacement, as they say when we're up here, especially here. We're at 5,700 feet here in the valley, and everything is up from here, and it's so that's why my WR250. That's why I've got a big bore on it, because I'm a little bit bigger guy for that.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
Heck yeah.
It's just awesome. And then you did not race this year,
right?
But you raced the Weeby series.
Yeah.
And did you race as a kid at all?
No. We just rode for fun. I had a couple of friends that raced. I wanted to do it, but I I don't know, it was just not the cards at the time with our family. But yeah, I loved racing. I think I raced 3 years here,
Yep.
3 or 4. With your boy, Ewan,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
and Richie, we were,
Yeah.
Screaming Eagles.
Yeah,
We
Team Screaming Eagles.
We did the team race together. Your boy carried us, man.
Yeah.
He's like twice as fast as us.
Oh, he carried me the last race.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
he's insane how fast he's got. But man, it was really fun. I loved it. I mean, I was in the 60 class. There's only 3 or 4 or 5 guys in there, but man, surprisingly, those guys were competitive.
Oh yeah.
Some of those guys, had been riding a long time, and it was super fun. Really good family atmosphere, and just a blast. I had knee replacement in 2020,
Right.
and it'd been hurting a lot. And I went in, I saw the guys up at, you recommended up at Stedman, yeah, and he sent me for like this special bone scan thing, and they said, we think your implant is loose.
Ugh.
And I was like, ugh. I was like, well, may not be the smartest thing for me to race if that thing is loose.
Right.
So I didn't race, this year.
Yeah.
But I miss it.
How's knee feeling?
Actually better, man. I don't know. Maybe because I
Take a little time off.
take a little time off. I've still been riding, but maybe racing's a little hard on. I don't know. I mean, adrenaline takes over, and you end up riding to your 99th percentile.
Yeah.
Versus around here, you're like, 75% of your ability or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
I always crashed once or twice and end up in the emergency room at least once or twice, So maybe I need to tone it back a hair.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not close to the door on it, man.
No. I've got friends. I remember in 2010 when I raced the 1,000 with the team.
Yeah.
There was a team of guys, and the oldest guy on the team was 80. The youngest guy on the team was like 72. So,
well,
there's always time.
I always say my dad's just turned 89, and he's still riding dirt bikes.
Yep.
He's got that little beta cross trainer.
Yeah.
And I go down there with him, and he's still running laps at his little local place.
Dude,
and
I love it.
I know.
So awesome.
I
Actually, I met your dad before. I think I met him before I met you.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was I didn't know who he was. We were out at Peach Valley with some friends, and there's this old guy, and he's got a truck and a trailer, and he had a jet ski on it, and then a dirt bike on it.
That's my dad.
And he came over to us and pulls his helmet off him. He's ancient. It's a long time ago, but he was old. I'm like, whoa. He's like, hey, boys, how's it going? And talked to him for a while. And it was awesome.
Yeah, that's
I
him.
was so stoked. He's by himself, just out riding dirt bike.
Yeah, he had a loop out there. He did all the time. He loves his jet skis.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he had the jet ski just in case.
He engineered that whole thing.
Yeah,
it was he could carry 2 dirt bikes and a jet ski.
Yeah,
so.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now with your time? Since you're obviously a highly motivated individual, so I know there's no way you're just sitting still.
Yeah, that's funny you ask that, because a couple of my friends are, they're close to retirement. They're like, well, Lance, what's it like? I'm like, good. I go, man, once you've been working hard your whole life, I feel like you're not going to just put your feet up and watch, the Brady Bunch or something,
Nah.
You're going to work hard the rest of your life. It's in your DNA, right? And so, I get up in the morning. I work hard.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm doing. I don't get paid anymore,
Right.
But
Yeah.
And then it's like dinner time, and then I take a break. But
Yeah.
I think it's a rhythm you get into. But when I was on active duty, I kept a journal of just interesting things that happened, crazy things, sad, funny things that happened. And after I taught RTC, I was like, man, I'd like to write a book. And I didn't want to write a nonfiction story, true to life. Some of the things were, hit too close to home, and a few tragedies and things. I didn't want to write about that, but it kind of inspired me to write a fiction story.
Yeah.
And I could kind of approach some of those things that happened at different angles, and I could make stuff up if I wanted. That's the beauty of fiction. So I took like a year, and I wrote a book called Black Dog Escape, and it was really healthy for me, I think, because I got a lot of stuff out while writing that book. And it was about a SEAL struggling who accidentally shot a 12-year-old girl in Afghanistan and tried to rescue her, bring her down the mountain. Then he tried to start a new life, which was kind of what I was trying to do, start a new life, And it was fun. And a lot of people liked it, you know, and I was like, man, I enjoyed the process.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know, I think I'm going to start writing books. So just finished my third.
Yeah, right
and,
here. Boom, my signed copy.
Yeah.
Take that, all y'all.
So yeah, that one I put a dirt bike scene in there too.
I'm excited.
You're gonna recognize it.
That's fresh off the presses too, right? I mean, it just came out.
Yeah, it just came out. So that one's kind of neat. Real quick, it's my last two books I actually set here in Montrose in the Western Slope. So
right.
You know, it's kind of fun that you know your town, you can describe it well, and the people and that sort of thing. So it's really been fun to write here. But you know, this one was about a military working dog handler. My second one's the military working. This one, she is a retired military police officer, but she becomes a Montrose police officer.
Okay.
And she finds this veteran in the Cerise Park who's been beat up and attacked by some people. And she says, well, I got to try and help this guy out because he's a veteran. And turns out that there's a murder later in town, and some of the indicators point to him. And she's like, ooh, you know, am I helping the right guy here? So it turns into this mystery, but both of them have, you know, sort of hidden pasts that collide, if you will.
Right.
So, yeah.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's fun to write. It's fun to write.
Yeah, and you're also doing a bunch of work with veterans organizations?
Oh, yeah. That's one of my passions right now. Is I volunteer for a couple of different outfits. Montrose Veterans Memorial Coalition is, I'm on the board of directors, and we're building a veterans memorial here in Montrose. I mean, you know how many small towns you go through, like, you see a little veterans memorial, just even something small. We have nothing here, you know.
Right.
So a bunch of us got together and said, gosh, we got to get a veterans memorial. And so we're making great progress. The city has given us a plot of land for those locals. It's just west of the Botanic Garden. There's a little section of dirt there that's about an acre. And the city and the county have been helping us, and they've committed to about $300,000 each. And we're raising, you know, kind of the final amount to get it done. We hope to get it started in 2026, but we're still fundraising. You know, we sell these bricks. It's a veterans engraved brick. If any of your listeners are interested, Montrose Veterans Memorial Coalition, you can buy a brick for yourself or for a veteran in your family, and it gets engraved with like 3 lines of text. And then after the memorial's built, we're going to take those bricks and bring the family in, if they can come, and we're going to lay those bricks, have the family member come down and themselves put the brick in the ground around the circumference of the memorial. It's going to be there forever, and it's going to be a solemn and I think a really wonderful ceremony for people. So you don't have to be from Montrose. You know, people buy bricks from wherever. You know, you can, if you're local, you can drop off a check at the Warrior Resource Center, you know, over there across from Gold's Gym. Yep. Or you can order them online or whatever. And
I'll put a link. I'll make sure I get a link in the. It's not there while we're live, but I'll make sure we get a link to that.
That'd be awesome.
From there. So if you're watching this later and you want to help out in any way, or you just want to check things out, I'll also get a link to Lance's books and all that stuff, so you can check all that stuff out if you're into it. And if you have any questions for Lance, I don't know. See, actually, I have a question that I want to ask you from Connor Tolman, who is a friend of ours who races here, and he, hold on, I gotta find it. He asked on the line, as they say. Question for Lance: did you ride before the military? We know the answer to that is yes. And has your time in the military affected how you approach moto training and riding?
Absolutely, I love that question. And I think I'm going to even expand it a little bit more. You know, you learn in the SEAL teams, you know, train. You know, the old saying is, the more you bleed in peacetime, the less you bleed in war, you know. And I think that applies to dirt biking. You know, practice. I kind of came with the attitude that, I mean, I suck at dirt biking, as you say. Right?
Yeah.
And, but I mean, there's turn tracks around here. There's places you can ride by yourself. And I would just, especially in that Weeby series, like I would just practice, you know, and just watch videos or like watch you or others and try and pick up some things, and then just get out and work on your technique, you know. And because in the military you learn it's train, um, and then
when
there's
when
an
it actually
operation.
matters, it's natural.
That's right. You know, muscle memory takes over. It's not like you're trying to figure it out. You know, you know how to do it. Your bodies and your mind have come together. So I try to use that mentality. And even in riding today, I like to practice, you know, as much as I can. But I guess the point I would also like to make is, as a military veteran, I found dirt biking, as maybe as a SEAL too, like so therapeutic. Like, I kind of joke, but you know, you in the military, you put on your helmet, you put on your vest with your ammunition, you put on your boots, you get with your brothers, and you go out and do something dangerous and challenging and hard, and you come back and then you debrief. Dirt biking around here is about the same thing. You put on your helmet, you put on your vest, you put on your boots, you get with your brothers, and then you go out and you ride something hard. And that challenge of riding something hard, I really enjoy. And I feel like, I mean, it's kind of cliche, but I mean, for me, it like just clears your mind. You can't be thinking about, oh, you know, this worry here, this concern here, this depression there. All that stuff is gone. You know, you're riding, it's the front sight focus, it's, you know, throttle, clutch, you know, ride the trail, pick your best lines. Just for me, amazingly therapeutic, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the riding, the fun of it too, but boy, does it just, you know, push all your problems to the back, you know? I mean, for anybody, I love it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's one of the, my whole life I've gravitated towards sports that were, you had to be so laser focused to not get hurt. Because it was before dirt bikes, it was climbing, you know, big mountain climbing, ice climbing, all kinds of things. And it, you know, again, you have to focus, right? If you don't focus, if you lose focus doing that, then you either die or get hurt. And it's great because everything, all the little crap of the day, money problems, relationship problems, like you said, depression, that all just washes away. And dirt bikes are the same way. And for me, they're the same way without being quite so dangerous. Because, you know, when you're climbing big hard, I mean, it's like little mistakes end up dead. And I'm not ready to check out yet, right? So I'm willing to like maybe break my arm or something like that. That's okay, but I don't want to die. So that's what is brilliant about motorcycles is that, like, as soon as you twist the throttle and take off, it's laser focus, and all that other stuff washes away, and it all comes back, right? I mean, but we all need a break every now and then. Like, you can't just deal with that all day, every day. It's just brutal. And I have first of all, Steve Thompson. Yes, his books are on Audible. Are 3 of them?
Yes, all three
and
on
he
Audible.
is the narrator, which is the cool thing.
Yeah.
So, which is rad because, again, thank you, Gina, for making him do that.
Oh yeah, it's kind of weird at first, but it takes a long time. I'm surprised, you know, you kind of screw up when you're reading your book, you know, even though it's your own book.
Yeah, it's your own book. You're like, oh wait.
and then I end up throwing in like a few weird characters. Like I got this one gangster from Boston in my second book, and I was like, you know, how do we make a Boston accent? Like, hey, Ma, you got a heart attack. I got to go see Ma upstairs. You know, come on. You know, I tried my best, you know,
to add like a little depth.
To the reading. Just to do a little bit. I mean, I love when you like listen to a good Audible book and it's well, you know, sort of recorded. I really enjoy it. So I tried to do my best. It was fun.
I love books. I listen to a lot of books. Of books.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time to sit down and read a lot of times. But I like him way better when the author narrates. Like, there's some there's some books, obviously, I'm guessing the author probably just either doesn't have the voice for it or doesn't, you know, like whatever. Yeah. They hire a voice actor, and that does add some to it if they're like a really good voice actor.
Yeah, there's some really famous guys that do it or are really good at it.
But I like books that are narrated by the author just because I don't know, I feel closer to the whole situation, which is
I think as an author, you know the feeling of what the characters are going through as you're narrating it, so you can kind of, I feel like you have an inside line on making the feelings come through, you know, in the action or whatever.
Yeah, 100%. And a bunch of people thank you for your service, and then Dave Brayman, who's a vet, Air Force, I think Air Force. Dave, train until you can't get it wrong. That is the key.
I love
like
it.
same thing with dirt biking. Just
Train until you can't get it wrong. I like it.
Just it's like and Dave's a big shooter, gunsmith. He's actually who built one of my AR pistols for me.
Oh yeah,
super rad.
Oh man,
yeah. So we'll get Dave out here. Dave, you got to meet Lance.
Dave, I saw those weapons, man. That you did unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean,
and we'll go ride.
That's some workmanship, man.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure. Rich Noble says, I feel like a wimp for using a space heater. I love it, Rich. We're all a little bit wimpy compared to Lance. That's the reality of it.
No, that was a different time, man.
Yeah.
I got my space heater on now too.
For sure. Oh man. What big plans do you, so you got grandkids now. That's a new-ish.
Oh, yeah.
How old is the oldest grandkid?
He's 13 months now?
Yeah, so like it's new for Lance. So big congratulations.
Yeah.
Papa Lance.
Yeah.
For that. And so that's big on your, right? I mean, you're doing a lot of traveling are they both in Texas?
No. I've got my grandson, my daughter, and son-in-law live in Houston.
That's right. And the other ones are in Florida.
And my son and daughter-in-law and the newest baby girl are in Orlando.
Nice.
So we travel a bit, and over the holidays we're going to be down there for a piece, and so really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I mean, military kids, they can live anywhere because we moved like a dozen times. So they didn't really have a sense of home as much as other people like that grew up in one place, and so they've decided to live wherever the jobs are, and
right.
and so we just travel to them.
Yeah.
Or they come up here at Christmas once in a while or something. So,
and Gina cracks the whip on traveling, like, and gets Lance to.
Oh yeah. Although she loves ski season.
Oh yeah.
She's the skier, so she wants to be here for the winter, which is cool. I'm not as much into that. More just ride. But I'll go down we went down to Arizona.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to that again.
Crown February. Going again.
Yeah, down to mile markers and all that.
Yeah.
And then you hired that guy or whatever. You got that guy to take us on those really cool
Wildcat,
trails.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Arizona Dirt Bike Tours. Quick shout out to them. I have no affiliation other than the fact that they're awesome. And
that trail
that was fun.
Was insane.
Yeah.
We
did the Costa Rica trail. And I don't know what the other names of the things were, but it's super, super cool. Over there, it's kind of near, like, it's over to the, it would be the east of mile markers.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the kind of the northeast side of Phoenix instead of the northwest side of Phoenix.
The other side.
And super rad. Yeah, Arizona Dirt Bike Tours guys are amazing. Great guides because like they know the area super, super well, which is awesome. And that's where we're going for our members ride is mile markers. So all you members, massive thank you to everybody who's a member of the channel. Really, really, really appreciate you.
You got to go to that, man. If you haven't been, I mean, remember that little secret trail you told us? You gave me like the track. You got this little canyon, man.
Yeah.
It's like, is there a trail here? And it was just like waterfalls and stuff.
That's one we found years ago by accident. And we're like,
so much fun.
That place is.
You mentioned grandkids and kids and raising kids, and I always hope my kids are going to be a better parent than I was. You always hope for that. And looking back on it, I mean, I made so many stupid mistakes. I was frustrated from coming back from deployments and trying to reintegrate with the family. And there's one kind of funny story. We lived on a boat in San Diego. I was stationed out there, and I just got back from Afghanistan tour. It was a really hard tour for me. Kids were young. I think my daughter was like 6th grade and my son was like 3rd. And one night after dinner, the kids were like squabbling or whatever. And I was like, you guys knock it off. And then they kept squabbling. I was like, jump off the boat. My daughter's like, what? I'm like, get your ass out there. So I made them both jump off the back of the boat at night and tread water with their clothes on. And my wife, a
little bit of SEAL training.
They were treading water behind the boat, looking at me like, Dad. I was like, yeah. I said, you better listen to me, And then my wife was like crying or whatever,
Yeah.
But it was just me, not ready to reintegrate with my family and be a good man. I was just angry and pissed off, and I took it out on them. But I've seen them become way better parents than I was. We had a thing back in the SEAL teams. It was not so smart. We took guys right from like the war or Afghanistan, Iraq in the early part, and we brought them home the next day.
Oh my
I mean, we
gosh.
literally flew from, Bagram back home. Like, you're watching your kid's soccer game the day after you've, been in Afghanistan.
Oh,
And we realized, oh, that's not a good idea. Because people are just like going crazy with their kids and just being too,
yeah.
So we said, okay, we're going to take them to Europe for like 10 days before we bring them home. And we're going to have them see maybe a chaplain, maybe have some social worker, maybe talk to a psych, maybe relax a little bit, decompress. Let's talk about how we're going to come home and, not go crazy on our family.
Right.
And that worked out a lot better.
Nice.
So I wish I would have had that. But, my kids are so much better parents than I was. We all want the next generation to be just better than we are.
Yeah,
So,
100%. I mean, that's the goal, right? You want, like, now, like, in a less important way, but with my kids with riding, I mean, the kids, they've surpassed me.
Yeah.
Now there's no way to keep up with those kids. But then also, Ewan went and bought himself his own YZ250F with his own money. Dude, when I was 16, I didn't have an extra $6,500 to drop on a dirt bike and not empty a bank account, right? Like, he just did. It was no big deal because, he's turning out like he's gonna be a better person than me, and so is my other kid, which is awesome. That's the goal.
man, yeah, you and Ruth, I mean, I've seen you around your kids, and a lot of times you can tell somebody by their kids, like, are they respectful? What do they like? I mean, your kids are wonderful, and so it's just a credit to you and Ruth what those boys are like, and congrats, man.
Well, I appreciate that. Like, very much appreciate that. Like, it's been all you parents out there know how freaking hard that is to raise kids, and we have. My wife and I talk about it all the time. How much we've screwed up.
Yeah,
Many mistakes.
We all do, man. I mean,
so many mistakes.
They're resilient,
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're humans. And
one less beating today.
And they hold up pretty well to the abuse.
They do.
So what plans do you have? Like, what's your future dirt bike plans? How many more books? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. So, dirt bike stuff. I'm looking forward to some winter riding when I get back. I might even catch this trip with you, but love to go down to Arizona with some buddies in January, February, and I want to get out. Remember that St. George trip we did that one time?
Oh yeah, that was so fun.
I want to get back down there while the weather's cold.
Yep.
I'll see about racing again, but I'm kind of just enjoying the local riding with friends and practicing and get better at techie stuff. Like you told me about that crazy trail out there at Sargent's this summer.
Oh yeah,
what was
Horseshoe
Creek. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Which is the thumbnail for this. Is,
that's right. That's right.
Is of Lance sitting at the beginning of Horseshoe Creek.
Yeah.
And if you know that trail, this will relate.
Yeah, me and two buddies went and just said, "Oh, let's try it." Morgan says it's a good trail, and I called the local club, and they said, "Oh yeah, we cut the trees on that. It should be good." And I don't know. We got there. It was like late June, early July, and there was like a dozen big, huge trees down. Some you could jump, and some you had to like drag your bike underneath, or it was crazy. But I mean, we spent damn near all day on that trail. I mean, but
it's 8 miles.
Yeah,
and it it's probably 9,000 feet, maybe 10,000 feet, all the way to over 12,000 feet. It's epic.
Oh, it was so much fun. I mean, then you get to the very end, there's like this nasty hill, and you're like, "Ooh, how are we gonna get up this?" And then you think it's over, and we were like, we're beat, and we're like, "All right, let's go home." We get to down, and then we stopped.
Did you go right?
We tried to go up, and then we end up going right.
Okay.
And we got up there, and then on the way down that hill, it was early in the season. We're like, stop for a break, and we're like, "Man, at least we didn't hit snow." And then we start going down on the backside, on the north side, big snowbanks in the trail. So we had to like divert way out to get around the snow and then plow through it. And so it took us like an hour to get down, which would have taken like 10 minutes in a normal time.
Oh, yeah.
But epic day. Yeah, your trails out there, man.
Yeah, that place. That's now part of the Death March. If anybody wants to join us for that, that's just a little chunk of the Death March.
Oh, I don't know how you do that in like an hour or something, man.
It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh, that trail's hard. That's where I blew my bike up 2 years ago during the Death March because I overheated it and yeah. Oh my, it's a heck of a thing.
But you asked me about riding. You know, I
Yeah.
also do these. I call them kind of adventure rides.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I met these.
Yeah, because you don't just have the 300, you have a 500.
I have a 500, and I met these. Well, I met this Texas motorcycle cop buddy of mine, and it's just probably when I first moved to Montrose. Random story. We ran into each other at a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
I was an idiot. I tried to ride my old BMW to a family reunion in Texas. It was 120 degrees in North Texas, and I was melting. And I could only ride about 30 miles, and I had to go to the next gas station and cool off. And I was in there melting, and this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, how do you like that BMW?" I was like, and then we start talking. Anyways, he invites me. He goes, "Hey, man, me and some guys are going to come up. We're going to ride the Colorado BDR. Why don't you come with us?" And I didn't even know anybody yet in Colorado. And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll go with you." And so, man, every year now we're buddies. Every year he comes up, brings some more cops with him, and I take some veterans with me, and we go ride. And we've ridden Colorado BDR 3 or 4 times, Utah, New Mexico, Wyoming, Idaho, Washington. I did Washington. You know, so we just pick. You know, it's not real hard riding.
No,
But it's fun,
awesome.
man. You're camping off your bike. We hit some technical stuff. We chill for a while. We go to town. We get a rest. You know, really kind of fun, decompressing, hanging out with the guys type riding, camping off your bike. I mean, I love it. You know, so
Yeah.
I want to do some more of that. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd like to do more of that stuff. I wanted to, well, I will do. I'm not gonna put it in the list of. Oh, I hope someday I will do the ride from Alaska to Tierra del Fuego. Someday, that's the goal.
Bucket list.
The bucket list, and it's gonna happen. Because when I say I'm gonna do something, eventually I do it. But I'm selling the bike I was gonna do that on because I've decided like my big moto goals now are with the boys. I got they're so fast.
Yeah.
They're both super dedicated to training. Like they're out running. I mean, Ewan, the other day I was on the way to the gym in the van, and Ewan's running back up the road from a 4.5 mile run.
Oh.
Before I'm even, I'm on the way to the gym before work. I don't even know what time he got up. And then Thomas, my older, he's in Oklahoma, and he broke his collarbone racing, but like he's at the gym every day. He goes to the gym, he gets on the spin bike. So yeah. I am 2026 this coming season. We're gonna kind of cherry pick a bunch of different races, like do some national big stuff,
nice, and
then some local stuff, the weeby stuff, what we can, and just kind of do a lot of training and a lot of like gathering of sponsors, because like this is gonna be expensive. Because 2027 we're gonna pick a national series and we're gonna do the whole thing. Like wow. I'm gonna drive them. Wow. We're going to do the whole friggin' thing. Wow. Probably the Desert Hare and Hound. Wow. And like let her rip. And so like that's why I'm selling the Beamer. That's why I'm kind of like paring down. I'm not buying new bikes for myself. And yeah. We're just like I'm putting everything into those kids because I'm already too old to be much faster, right? And which is fine. I'm okay with that. But they're young. They're fit. They're dedicated. They're working really hard. And I'm excited for them. So that's my big goal for the next 2 years is to get those kids.
That's awesome. I mean, when you have that intersection of like passion and talent,
yeah,
and it's in your kids. I mean, there's nothing more fun than to see your kids excel at something like that.
Yeah.
And so, good on you, man. I mean, that you have that limited time with them,
right?
Before they're off, going to have a job and not
yeah.
Have
I mean,
they're
maybe kids and like it's all life just gets more and more complicated as you get older.
Yeah. Spend as much time with your kids at any chance you get, right?
Yeah. I mean, and I'm very fortunate that the life that I've engineered has let me do that. Like I say lucky, but I don't know. My wife and I worked really hard.
Yeah, man.
To be lucky.
No, I mean, I see you in this small business and what you've put into it. I mean, it's really amazing in this day and age, in this environment, to be successful when all the things hit you, you lose people, you lose whatever, and you just keep chugging and making it work, I mean.
Yeah, you just keep moving forward.
Yeah, you have done amazing.
Thank you. It's been a heck of a thing, and I'm excited about the future. Obviously, Zach is leaving relatively soon. The government just opened back up. Ruth had to go back to work.
Well, yeah.
Ruth had to go back to work today, and she's so sad.
Oh, wow.
She's like, she had the best furlough ever.
Oh, had her feet up on the couch?
Oh, no.
Working
no,
on the...
dude, the house is transformed.
Really?
Oh, we hung a new front door.
Oh, my
She
gosh.
retrimmed all the windows,
Go
repainted
figures.
the whole
Go
house.
figures.
Yeah.
What was
dude.
I thinking?
Yeah, no, Ruth is like Gina. So you got to understand, like, Lance, you know, Navy SEAL, badass, all that stuff. All of us that know both of them are more afraid of Gina than we are of Lance.
Me too.
Yeah, like, she is one gnarly woman. Like, she does bicycles. She's bicycled the whole Continental Divide Trail through Wyoming. Has she done all of Colorado yet?
Well, she's done the Continental all the way. She finished the whole thing from
Oh, the whole, yeah.
Banff to Mexico.
Yeah, so yeah, she did dude, she's crazy. Like, a lot of it by herself. Refuses to carry a pistol. Lance tries to get her to carry a pistol just in case.
I got her a slingshot, you know.
There we go. The thing is, like, if I came across Gina, there's no need for a pistol. I'm like, she's the nicest / scariest person I've ever met. I love her to death, but like, I would not mess with that woman. Yeah, she's awesome, and my wife equally is rad. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, our house it's a different house now. Like, it's amazing what she did. Wow. She did so much work, and she's been having fun because it was all stuff she wanted to do.
Yeah, just she never had time.
Yeah, and so she got all this work done, and then like she saw the end coming. You know, as those idiots in Washington
Oh my gosh.
are posturing and acting like they care anything about any of us. Let's be honest, they don't. They only care about themselves. But they, as she sees the end coming, she started like wrapping up all her projects. So she got them all done, got the house all clean, and then she went back to work today.
Perfect timing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, sounds like she hit the
She hit it perfect.
all the major projects.
Yeah, she got all the big stuff done.
Sweet. Well, good for her.
Yeah.
Man. I'm glad she's going back to work. That's crazy. I mean,
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
I think we need term limits, man. You know.
Oh, are you kidding me?
That'll solve some of this problems.
Yeah, and maybe I don't even know. Like,
Yeah.
less money for them. They don't need to get paid.
Yeah,
that much.
I think whenever the government shuts down, no paycheck for Congress. you
Yeah,
know?
they don't, and they don't even get back pay. Like, everybody, because Ruth's going to get back pay. Like,
Yeah.
this is her 4th furlough. I don't know how many
Right.
furloughs.
I know.
She's been through a bunch.
Yeah.
And she always gets the money, right? It always shows up.
Yeah.
So she looks at it as a paid vacation that
Well,
she doesn't
yeah.
have to use.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I am not this way, but she's good with money, so it's not a big deal, right? Like, we have
Mhm.
a savings account.
Yeah,
Like,
she's-
it's
yeah.
all fine. Like, nothing changed at all. In fact, honestly, she starts spending more money on these projects,
course.
but it's all good.
Yeah.
Because she knows it's, I mean, I guess theoretically it could all come cratering down and not, but yeah, whatever. We'll figure that out too.
Good for her, man.
Yeah, so it's awesome. Well, Lance, it is time to wrap this thing up. I want to thank you so much.
Oh, hey.
I really,
good.
really appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to, like, first, actually, by the way, if you are looking for him on because you're in, Kindle, Amazon, everything, right?
Yeah, Amazon and W.L. Bach.
W.L. Bach.
Author.com.
Yeah.
If you want like a signed book or whatever. Otherwise, I mean, I can send you one. Amazon. But yeah, I enjoy writing, and if you enjoy the stories,
Yeah.
let me know. I appreciate it.
And he's on all the socials. I'll put all that link and stuff in there. I mean, he doesn't really care that much, but Gina would appreciate if I do that because
Yes, dear.
yeah, exactly. Like, if I don't, I'm gonna hear about it. Like,
I am too.
yeah, yeah. Lance will get like, how come you didn't tell him the socials? How come you didn't dude,
Right.
She is the big promoter of everything.
I told her she could she could get a new job. Just dump me
Yeah.
and go find a big guy.
Yeah,
know?
go find a famous author.
That's right. She would kill it.
Oh, dude, totally. Yeah, so like Gina's better at social media than I am. I mean, she's on it. So, but yeah, all that stuff will be in the description of this video, guys. Lance, I cannot thank you enough for your service. I can't thank you enough for your friendship. I really appreciate it, and the friendship you've given my kids over the years. It's been huge. I thank all of you for joining us. I really appreciate all the members of the channel, everybody who watches all the videos. People who comment on it makes a massive difference in my life. It's changed my life, this channel, for the better. It's been really, really cool, and I very much appreciate that. And we're going to end with the Bible verse, as we do these days. I just picked the verse of the day for my U version. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Philippians 4:4. This is a good one, too. Always be full of joy in the Lord. I say it again, rejoice. Give thanks, everybody.
Amen.
Be happy that you're here. If you're watching this, you are better off than 99.999% of the human population, right? If you have the ability to watch this on a screen of any kind. So be happy about that. Lance, thank you so much.
Thanks, brother.
I appreciate it
so much. Hey, if you see a veteran out there struggling, might be your neighbor, might be some homeless guy down at Home Depot or whatever, maybe take a little time out of your life to cheer them up, give them $1. Don't forget about some of those struggling veterans we got on the street, or just might be the old guy down in the corner that you've never talked to. Sometimes just talking to them can make a huge difference, I think. So,
and get involved with the veterans group, like wherever you are, whether you're here, Kansas, whatever. Get involved. Like, it doesn't have to be financially, right? Get involved.
That's right.
With, because like they have programs where you just go hang out, talk, do things, like just get involved with the veterans. They have given everything. They literally signed their names on a line, giving their entire life to this country for some amount of time, right? And they don't, not everybody dies, thank goodness, but like they can, right? It's part of the deal, and so that's huge. So get involved with that. It'll make a massive difference in this world. So
absolutely, thanks, Morgan.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you, guys. And as always, I desperately hope that what we're doing here is inspiring you guys to work on, but more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes.
Yeah.